Number 1. Look for children hiding under cars. When you're in Denmark, there's a unique little ritual you've got to follow before even turning your key. Drivers are required to take a quick safety check, not just for flat tires or oil leaks, but for something far more human. You actually have to look under your car to make sure no child is hiding or sleeping there. It might sound unusual, but it's a real law that the Danes take seriously. It was created to prevent heartbreaking accidents in crowded neighborhoods. Over time, it's become second nature, just part of the daily driving routine. Hey, before we continue, if you're loving this video so far, make sure you subscribe to our channel so you never miss out on awesome content like this. Number 2. Driving in a dressing gown if you're a woman. You really can't make this stuff up. Discriminatory, outdated, and downright ridiculous. Those are the first words that pop into your head when you hear about this old California law. Imagine this. One of the most progressive states in the country, the place that loves to call itself open-minded and forward-thinking, once had a rule that basically punished women just for driving in their dressing gowns. Yep, that's right. Women could get in trouble for it. But men? Oh, they could cruise around all they wanted, robe and all. The double standard is wild, and it makes you wonder what on earth they were thinking back then. Number 3. Illegal to stop on the Autobahn. You know how people always say Germans are super efficient? Well, it turns out that reputation runs deep, even on the road. In Germany, it's actually against the law to stop on the Autobahn for any reason. And just so you know, the Autobahn isn't your regular highway. It's that legendary stretch of road famous for having no speed limit. So yeah, before you even think about merging onto it, you better make sure your car is in perfect condition. Because if you break down or, worse, run out of gas, you're not just stranded, you're getting hit with a citation. Efficiency is serious business over there. Number 4. Having windshield wipers but no windshield. Picture this, you're in Texas, trying to register your car, and there's this wild legal twist waiting for you. The law says your vehicle must have working windshield wipers to be street legal. That makes sense, right? You need them when it rains. But here's where it gets crazy. There's no actual law that says you need a windshield in the first place. So technically, you could have a fully registered car with perfect wipers and no windshield at all. Of course, that doesn't mean you should try it. You'd still get pulled over in a heartbeat, but it's one of those bizarre Texas loopholes that just makes you shake your head and laugh. Number 5. Illegal to drive around the town square more than 100 times. In Oxford, Ohio, you've got to watch yourself around the town square. It's got some seriously unique rules. For starters, spitting on the sidewalk? Nope, that's straight up illegal. They clearly want those streets shining clean. But here's the wild part. It's also against the law to drive around the town square 100 times in one go. Yep, 100. You could loop 99 times and be totally fine, but that extra lap? You're breaking the law. Just imagine a police officer trying to keep count while you circle over and over again. By the time you hit lap 80, they're probably wondering what in the world you're doing out there. Number 6. No cursing out fellow drivers. You've probably had one of those moments where another driver pushes every button you've got. Maybe they cut you off or snatch that perfect parking spot you were eyeing. Naturally, you want to let a few choice words fly. But if you're in Rockville, Maryland, you might want to bite your tongue. There, using profanity while driving, or even walking, can actually get you hit with a misdemeanor. Yes, it's illegal to curse on a street, highway, or sidewalk. The idea is that folks nearby deserve to go about their day without hearing your frustration out loud. So next time road rage kicks in, maybe just grip the wheel tighter instead. Number 7. You can claim roadkill. Sometimes it's the strangest things that end up bringing people together, and in this case, it's roadkill. In 2024, Virginia passed a law allowing anyone to collect roadkill anytime, no hunting season required. That means if you spot a deer on the roadside, you can actually claim it. Surprisingly, even PETA supports the idea, saying it's a more ethical and chemical-free alternative to store-bought meat. On top of that, it saves the state money since road crews don't have to clean it up. Other states are now joining in, turning what once sounded bizarre into a growing nationwide trend. Who would have thought roadkill could be the great uniter? Number 8. No driving with dirty tires. Tires are usually the dirtiest part of any ride, constantly picking up mud, grit, and whatever else the road throws their way. But in Minnetonka, Minnesota, drivers can't just roll around with filthy tires. According to the city's code of ordinances, it's actually considered a public nuisance if your wheels drop mud, dirt, or sticky stuff onto the streets. The rule makes sense. Nobody wants roads covered in gunk, but it can get tricky for those who enjoy off-road adventures or live near messy terrain. Basically, if your tires look like they've just crawled out of a swamp, you might want to give them a good scrub before hitting Minnetonka's clean streets. Number 9. Don't park in front of Dunkin' Donuts. If you ever find yourself in South Berwick, Maine, you might want to think twice before parking near the Dunkin' Donuts on Main Street. Sounds random, right? But it's actually written into local law. You can't park there at all. The rule probably came about to stop traffic jams, especially since there aren't any actual parking spots out front. People were likely double parking just to grab a quick coffee and donut. Plus, there's a school nearby, and mornings already get hectic with parents dropping off kids. So if you're craving that Dunkin' fix before work, better stick to the drive-thru, unless you're in the mood for a parking ticket instead of a latte. Number 10. Keep your car clean. If you ever find yourself driving in Russia, don't even think about cruising around with a dirty car. Over there, keeping things clean isn't just about looking good. It's the law. If your license plate is so covered in grime that no one can read it, you could be fined up to 2,000 rubles, which is roughly 30 pounds. And that's not all. If the dirt on your car gets so bad that it blocks your view or messes with safety in any way, you're in for another fine. So if you're the type to skip the car wash for weeks, better rethink that before your road trip through Russia. Number 11. Headlights must be on 24/7. When you're driving in the US, the headlight rule's pretty simple. Flip them on from dusk till dawn so everyone can see and be seen once the sun goes down. But take a trip to Sweden and you'll have to completely rethink that habit. Over there, headlights aren't just for nighttime, they're for all the time. Yep, Swedish drivers have to keep them on 24/7, even in broad daylight. And get this, during summer in some parts of Sweden, the sun doesn't even set. So imagine cruising around at midnight with the daylight blazing and your headlights still shining. Now that's a country that takes always on to a whole new level. Number 12. Don't store trash in your car. Everyone's been guilty of leaving fast food wrappers or empty cups in the car after a quick bite, but Hilton Head, South Carolina doesn't play about that mess. The town sanitation law actually makes it illegal to let trash pile up in your car, or anywhere else, if it could attract rats. Yep, if your ride starts looking like a drive-through dumpster, you could technically be breaking the law. The rule also applies to how people store garbage at home, keeping neighborhoods clean and pest-free. It's really just common sense. Nobody wants a rat family moving into their back seat. Number 13. Illegal to stick limbs out of vehicle. If you've ever seen the 1981 movie The Hand, you already know the golden rule. Keep your hands inside the car. In the film, Michael Caine's character sticks his hand out the window to wave down a truck, only to have it completely severed in a crash. Pretty gruesome, right? But it's also a real-life reminder of why this rule exists. According to road safety experts like Dimitra Valomitros from Australia's NRMA, hanging your arm or leg outside a moving car isn't just against the law, it's flat out dangerous. One wrong move, one close call, and you could end up learning that lesson the hard way. Number 14. License plate coding scheme. Driving in Metro Manila is not for the faint-hearted. The city is famous for having some of the world's most confusing and ever-changing driving rules. One standout law limits when people can drive based on their license plate numbers. If your plate ends in 1 or 2, you can't drive on Mondays. Plates ending in 3 or 4, Tuesdays are off limits. The pattern continues through the week to help control traffic. But just when you think you figured it out, some cities throw in window hours or exceptions where the rule doesn't apply. For locals, keeping up with these constant changes is crucial, especially when a simple commute can take 3 hours one way. And number 15, no honking after 9:30 p.m. You might think your car horn is fair game anytime you need it, but if you're driving through Arkansas, you'd better hold off after 9 p.m. Back in 1938, the state passed a quirky law that bans honking late at night. The reason? People used to pull up to drive-in restaurants and honk like crazy to get their food orders, basically turning peaceful nights into a chorus of car horns. The rule was meant to keep the noise down, but here's the funny twist: it never got updated. So technically, even today, you could get in trouble for honking after dark, no matter if you're ordering a burger or dodging an emergency. Hey, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed our video, please like, subscribe, comment, and turn on post notifications to stay updated with all our latest content.